The contents of this video will be broken up into two parts. The first part will explain how to build a robot version of a superhero or villain. Remember, these are the detailed blueprints to building real-life superheroes from Marvel Comics or DC Comics. Part 2 of this video will cover the microscopic details of the technology. Two related inventions will be primarily covered: 1. The super-intelligent robot. 2. And the practical time machine. Both are patented by Mitchell Kwok, 2007 and 2008, respectively. Part 2 will be repeated over and over again in a series of videos, called Superhero Robots. Each video in the set will cover a different superhero. Part 1, Superhero Robots. The following video is based on a real-life invention filed with the United States Patent Office called the Practical Time Machine. 22 patents were filed between 2006 to 2009. Components of the Practical Time Machine are used in permutations and combinations to build any superhero from Marvel Comics or DC Comics. These are robotic superheroes known as super-intelligent robots. I use superheroes as an analogy to super robots because that's what they are. With the success of human-level artificial intelligence, we, the human race, can build robots that can think and act just like humans. The next logical step is to advance the technology and build super robots that go beyond human-level intelligence and abilities. Basically, the definition of a super-intelligent robot is a self-aware entity imbued with intelligence and abilities that exponentially exceeds a human. For all intents and purposes, a super-intelligent robot should have all three attributes: 1. Superintelligence, 2. Supermobility, 3. And superpowers. Super-intelligent robots is similar to superheroes because they are superior to humans. Both inherit basic characteristics of humans, but greatly exceed them in terms of intelligence and abilities. The patent that viewers should analyze, and directly relates to this video, is patent number 12/471382, entitled, Practical Time Machine Using Dynamic Efficient Virtual and Real Robots. Approximately 22 total patent applications were filed with the USPTO on this invention from 2006 to 2009. Priority. Components to the practical time machine, comprising: 1. Human-level artificial intelligence. 2. Super-intelligent robot. 3. Atom manipulator. 4. Digital timeline of Earth that tracks every atom, electron, and EM radiation for the past, present, and future. 5. Virtual United States government system. The components of the practical time machine is used in permutations and combinations to build any type of superhero robot. For superheroes like Professor X, his powers are psychic abilities, mind control, and remote viewing. Cable is a cyborg and can teleport. For other characters, like Thanos, it's targeted time travel. Developers have to construct these robots according to each character's superpowers and physical characteristics. In this video, the actual blueprints to a robot version of Green Lantern will be disclosed. The first component is self-explanatory. The super-intelligent robots are exponentially smarter than humans. What a human worker can do in 30 years, a super robot can do in less than 1 second. The fourth item is a technology that tracks every atom on Earth. The artificial intelligence is using these atoms as forensic evidence to predict past events. The technology is basically tracking each atom on Earth for the past, present, and future, every nanosecond. The atom manipulator is a machine that uses EM radiation to manipulate objects, most notably atoms, from the environment. It generates intelligent pressure or controlled force fields to move atoms, merge atoms to form molecules, break molecules apart, or manipulating elemental parts of an atom like electrons, and protons, neutrons. In turn, the intelligent pressure creates ghost machines. These ghost machines are non-physical robots that work together to do manual labor. The virtual United States government is a law system that governs robots, virtual robots, and super-intelligent robots. We know through the media these machines are dangerous and all-powerful. The system is put in place to make sure they won't break laws of the U.S. Constitution. The most important one is a robot cannot harm or kill a human being. Green Lantern, creating ghost machines, non-physical machines that do work. The Green Lantern is one of my favorite superheroes because he can create ghost machines to do work. According to the comic book, his ring is the source of power, so that is where the atom manipulator should be located. Obviously, Green Lantern is the super-intelligent robot wearing a ring, and the ring contains the atom manipulator. I will cut, copy, and paste the section about ghost robots to describe how the green ring works. Diagram 4a depicts the atom manipulator. It has the ability to control atoms or molecules from a distance using EM radiation, such as microwaves, sound waves, X-rays, artificial magnetic fields, etc. The supercomputer is controlling the atom manipulator to generate something called intelligent pressure. In addition, the supercomputer uses a perfect digital timeline of Earth. This timeline tracks every atom on planet Earth for the past, present, and future, every nanosecond. The abilities of the atom manipulator is to generate intelligent pressure to move atoms around, trap atoms in a fixed location, apply energy to break apart molecules, or merge atoms together to form complex molecules. With these abilities, it can build any type of ghost machine to do work. A ghost machine is a non-physical machine that can do anything a physical machine can do. Here is a ghost machine to turn a bottle cap. Intelligent pressure is used to hold the bottle in place so it doesn't move. Next, intelligent pressure is applied to the cap in a counterclockwise manner. This will screw the cap off the bottle. Different types of molecules or force fields can be created from thin air to form any shape or size tools to do work. The key here is to create structured force fields to replace physical tools. The elemental actions are the hold, grip, push, twist, and pull. The supercomputer has to do these elemental actions according to the limited space available. If a goal is to screw a nail, a ghost machine has to do this according to the empty space available. An intelligent force field is created and it can come in different sizes and shapes. This force field can perform the following actions: hold, grip, push, twist and pull the nail. The ghost machine can also cut a board in half. It uses lasers to break apart individual molecules in specific areas. An alternative is to build a knife out of metal particles and use intelligent pressure to move the blade. The opposite is true, whereby two separate boards are molecularly combined. With these elemental actions the ghost machines can do anything. Let's look at a very complex example. This diagram shows thousands of ghost machines generated by the computer to assemble a car in the fastest time possible. Each ghost machine do different things. Some machines screw caps on and others combine metal frames together. From start to finish the atom manipulator can assemble a car in less than 3 minutes. The supercomputer is responsible for the intelligence and coordination of each ghost machine. A faster way to assemble a car is to build the car at an atomic level. The atom manipulator is building the car, atom by atom, by moving atoms around, merging atoms together to form complex molecules, or positioning atoms in a fixed location. This process takes less than 10 seconds to build a car. Ghost machines can come in different sizes and shapes. It can manipulate large objects like a building or small objects like a water molecule. The ultimate goal for the ghost machines is to manipulate individual atoms and molecules. One example is ripping a person apart atom by atom and putting all the pieces back together again. If this technique is perfected, the human race needn't worry about old age or death. In terms of super strength and agility, the atom manipulator has to generate ghost fists and legs to beat the crap out of supervillains. These ghost machines can be created by merging high-density particles in the air to form solid objects, and then creating intelligent pressure to throw these solid objects at villains. Another way to achieve super strength is to improve on the robot's physical body parts. Programmers can use stronger material for the skin so that bullets can bounce off of it, or intelligent pressure can be generated by the ring to give the arm a stronger punch and quicker mobility. Another idea is to take foreign atoms and solidify it around arms and legs to give it more mass. More mass means a bigger impact. A very destructive ghost machine is a ghost gun. The ring, the atom manipulator, can create a solid metal bullet by merging metal molecules in the air. Next, it will generate intense pressure to push the metal bullet, accelerating at high speeds toward a target. This technique will replace all conventional guns. A ghost gun is non-physical. The only thing that is emulated is the bullets traveling in the air. The ghost gun is unique and defies all conventional guns because it can move bullets at any angle or speed. Conventional bullets go straight. However, the ghost bullet can do zigzag motions or accelerate or decelerate at any given moment. It can kill a human and accelerate its speed to kill another human located around the corner. A ghost bomb, theoretically, can be created by controlling the chain reaction of atom destructions, atom bounces or electron movements. The atom manipulator is manipulating the chain reaction and controlling all energy and matter that is released during the blast. You don't even need plutonium or uranium to create such a smart bomb, and the destructive force is exponentially more powerful than any nuclear bomb we have today. Imagine a smart bomb that is used on a building and all the energy of this bomb is controlled by a computer. This means the computer, the atom manipulator, can decide what objects in the building to destroy or leave untouched. This type of smart bomb is using air and energy to produce destructive forces. For example, the atom manipulator can send a smart missile to a building that only destroys non-living objects, and things like humans, animals, insects and even bacteria are left unharmed. Or vice versa. One trick that most people don't know about the Green Lantern is that he can make physical copies of himself to fight an enemy. That superpower is easy to emulate using the atom manipulator. All he has to do is create different ghost robots based on Green Lantern's body. Each ghost robot is also intelligent and is able to fight on its own. The coordination and intelligence of each copy is managed by the supercomputer inside the atom manipulator, the ring. The method the atom manipulator creates a force field is by manipulating air and creating, what I call, intelligent pressure. A simple example would be stopping a bullet. The device will stop a bullet by canceling the force acting on the bullet. The atom manipulator does this by generating intelligent pressure in the path trajectory to counter the momentum of the bullet. A stronger type of force field is required if a grenade or barrage of bullets are fired. The supercomputer has to create a more powerful force field if it wants to protect a person. In this case, particles from the air, especially high-density molecules, like iron and metal, are gathered and positioned in front of an attack. Streaming force is also applied to push the metal sheet forward to counter the impact of the attack. These metal molecules will bounce bullets and projectiles away from the intended target. An even stronger force field is needed to protect a person from a nuclear blast. If a human is at ground zero when a nuclear bomb is detonated, The supercomputer has to create a force bubble around the human and solidify air to form a protective shield against shrapnel or energy blast. The force field has to be strong enough to withstand intense heat and lightning speed shrapnel. Refer to diagram 18a. In terms of levitation, the robot is actually using the atom manipulator to generate intelligent pressure or controlled force fields to levitate its own body. There are many superheroes or villains that have striking similarities to the Green Lantern. These superheroes include Dr. Manhattan, Jean Grey, Invisible Woman, Magneto, Doctor Strange, Thanos, and Apocalypse. These characters will not be covered in this book and they all fall into the same category as the Green Lantern. Part 2, Data Structures, the blueprints to building any robotic superhero. In the second half of the video I will describe both, the superintelligent robot and the practical time machine in great details. How does this superintelligent robot work? Here is the data structure of my superintelligent robot. First, you need a humanoid robot with human-level AI. This means the robot has intelligence and skills of a human at a college level. The robot has a built-in virtual world and has the freedom to enter and exit said virtual world at any given time. Inside the virtual world is a simulation of real-world environments. The robot's brain will be tricked in these simulations to produce results. The basic idea behind this invention is to have the robots do work inside a virtual world instead of the real world to save time. The robot uses the following steps to solve a complex problem in 1 second. 1. Identify a problem to solve and enter the virtual world. 2. Set the environment of the virtual world and generate teams of virtual robots. 3. Do work in virtual world. 4. After problem is solved, exit virtual world and enter real world. Let's say the robot wanted to write an operating system. The virtual robots are structured like a software company and they work inside the virtual world for 30 years to write an operating system. 30 years inside a virtual world is like 1 second in the real world because the computer can fast forward time. If you look at Microsoft, they needed 30 years and thousands of human programmers in order to write the Windows 10 operating system. My psychic robot can do the same task of writing an operating system, in less than 1 second. This robot can solve any given problem in 1 second. It can write a book, find a permanent cure to cancer, do 30 years of research, make a movie, solve a long math equation, or do any college assignment, in less than 1 second. So, that is the basic idea and summary of my psychic robot. This technology is also known as a superintelligent robot. Inside the virtual world, each copy of the robot, called virtual robots, have their 5 senses and mind tricked to believe that events are happening. They won't know the difference between events in the real world and the virtual world. I think of this method as robots dreaming of doing work. Depending on the type of work the superintelligent robots have to do, the procedures inside the virtual world are different. In the description part of this page is a link to my superintelligent robot and it contains detailed description of these 4 applications. 1. Robots that uses a virtual world to predict future events in less than 1 second. 2. Robots that can accomplish 30 years of work inside a virtual world in less than 1 second, writing the source codes to an operating system in 1 second is one example. 3. Robots that learn knowledge or do training inside a virtual world in less than 1 second. Learning to fly an airplane is one example. 4. Robots that do work, in both the real world and the virtual world, and accomplish tasks in the fastest time possible by maximizing work in the virtual world and minimizing work in the real world. Building a house in 3 days is one example. For instance, if superintelligent robots wanted to build a house in the real world, they will have to switch from the virtual world to the real world to do work. For complex prediction tasks like predicting the digital timeline of Earth, the team structure of the robots look like this. Notice they aren't hierarchical in nature. There are billions of structured virtual robots trying to predict past events on planet Earth. 3 massive corporations are set up in the virtual world. These 3 corporations are competing with each other to predict past events. The reward is, whomever predicts an event in Earth's past first, receives the copyrights to that information. For example, if Company 2 predicts the exact atom-by-atom event of the O.J. Simpson case, Company 2 will receive the copyrights to that information. Not to mention bragging rights. The team structure of virtual robots inside the virtual world can be anything. It doesn't have to be hierarchical in nature. It could be a company structure, a government system similar to the United States, it could be a competition between rivalry companies, etc. These virtual robots can be set up in any structure and manner to accomplish tasks. The team structure will depend on what objectives the robot wants to accomplish. Only one robot is responsible for setting the environment and extracting information from the virtual world. How do I make the robot smarter? I propose 3 methods in the patent application. 1. Increase the length of future predictions. The farther into the future the robot can predict, the smarter it becomes. For example, if Microsoft builds a robot that can predict 2 minutes into the future, and I build a robot that can predict 5 hours into the future, that means I have a smarter robot. 2. Imbue the robot with quick body movements and reflexes, like Superman. 3. Increase the speed of the robot's mind so time can slow down and the robot has the ability to control time. He can act with normal time or act by slowing time. The final result is a robot that can accomplish any work in the real world or the virtual world in the fastest time possible. The robot's goal is to maximize work in the virtual world and minimize work in the real world. Normally it would take 30 years for a team of human beings to build an operating system, and it takes 1 year for a team of human beings to build a house. My super robot can write an operating system, inside a virtual world, in less than 1 second. However, because physical work has to be done in the real world, it takes my super intelligent robots 1 week to build a house. Certain things like drafting the blueprints to the house or researching the cheapest materials can be done inside a virtual world. The actual building of the house must be done in the real world. In order to build a character like Quicksilver, the robot's mind has to speed up. In the real world, the faster it senses and thinks based on the current environment, the slower time becomes. Equipped with supermobility, whereby he has the ability to move body parts quickly, he can essentially freeze time. Time dilation can be controlled. He can use normal speed or quick speed to perform actions. Quicksilver is an exemplary example. He is one of the most powerful superheroes in the Marvel Universe, and has the capacity to kill 1,000 human beings in under 1 minute with his bare hands. This is a very disturbing fact, but that's why super-intelligent robots are regarded as dangerous and considered an existential threat to humans. Practical time machine. There are primarily 3 parts to my time machine. The super-intelligent robots is the central intelligence of the invention. They use the perfect timeline of Earth to track and understand the behaviors of atoms. Next, the super-intelligent robots use the atom manipulator to manipulate objects in the real world. Diagram 4a depicts the atom manipulator. It has the ability to control atoms or molecules from a distance using EM radiation, such as microwaves, sound waves, X-rays, artificial magnetic fields, etc. The supercomputer is controlling the atom manipulator to generate something called intelligent pressure. In addition, the supercomputer uses a perfect digital timeline of Earth. This timeline tracks every atom on planet Earth for the past, present, and future, every nanosecond. The abilities of the atom manipulator is to generate intelligent pressure to move atoms around, trap atoms in a fixed location, apply energy to break apart molecules, or merge atoms together to form complex molecules. With these abilities, it can build any type of ghost machine to do work. A ghost machine is a non-physical machine that can do anything a physical machine can do. Here is a ghost machine to turn a bottle cap. Intelligent pressure is used to hold the bottle in place so it doesn't move. Next, intelligent pressure is applied to the cap in a counterclockwise manner. This will screw the cap off the bottle. Different types of molecules or force fields can be created from thin air to form any shape or size tools to do work. The key here is to create structured force fields to replace physical tools. The elemental actions are the hold, grip, push, twist, and pull. The supercomputer has to do these elemental actions according to the limited space available. If a goal is to screw a nail, a ghost machine has to do this according to the empty space available. An intelligent force field is created and it can come in different sizes and shapes. This force field can perform the following actions: hold, grip, push, twist and pull the nail. The ghost machine can also cut a board in half. It uses lasers to break apart individual molecules in specific areas. An alternative is to build a knife out of metal particles and use intelligent pressure to move the blade. The opposite is true, whereby two separate boards are molecularly combined. With these elemental actions the ghost machines can do anything. Let's look at a very complex example. This diagram shows thousands of ghost machines generated by the computer to assemble a car in the fastest time possible. Each ghost machine do different things. Some machines screw caps on and others combine metal frames together. From start to finish the atom manipulator can assemble a car in less than 3 minutes. The supercomputer is responsible for the intelligence and coordination of each ghost machine. A faster way to assemble a car is to build the car at an atomic level. The atom manipulator is building the car, atom, by moving atoms around, merging atoms together to form complex molecules, or positioning atoms in a fixed location. This process takes less than 10 seconds to build a car. Ghost machines can come in different sizes and shapes. It can manipulate large objects like a building or small objects like a water molecule. The ultimate goal for the ghost machines is to manipulate individual atoms and molecules. One example is ripping a person apart atom by atom and putting all the pieces back together again. If this technique is perfected, the human race needn't worry about old age or death. Conclusion. I published a book recently called, How to Build Robotic Real Superheroes from Marvel Comics and DC Comics. In the description part of this video is the link to the free book. It describes the step-by-step instructions to building any custom superhero. Superheroes covered in my book include, Dr. Manhattan, Invisible Woman, Professor X, the T-1000, Wolverine, Green Lantern, Doctor Strange, Cyclops, and Jean Grey. The T-1000 liquid metal is powerful because his body is indestructible. Quicksilver can think and act fast. Professor X has remote viewing and psychic abilities. Finally, Thanos can control time and reality. We can combine all these superheroes to build an invisible super-intelligent robot that cannot die. Think about it. The T-1000 cannot be killed. He is impervious to knives, guns and bombs. Quicksilver can kill 1,000 human beings in less than 1 minute with his bare hands. Doctor Strange can see into the future and predict all future outcomes. If we combine all these powers together, we have an indestructible robot. Finally, the artificial god is a government that comprises billions of super-intelligent robots. And presumably the artificial god is the most powerful entity anyone can build.